From Studio A, this is WGAL 8 Brainbusters. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome once again to WGAL 8 Brainbusters. Did you see the last show with Harrisburg Academy and Northeastern? We had a fantastic time. I wonder what today will bring with our newcomers. We have Hanover and Bishop McDevitt. Who will return for round two? Well, there's only one way to find out. Here comes today's opening round. We have 10-point questions and one big brain buster brought to you by Turkey Hill. We have a couple familiar faces, but most of you are newcomers. Good luck to all 6 of you. Pick up those signaling buttons. Use them frequently, beginning now with this 10-point question. On November 27th, 2022, the world's largest active volcano began erupting on the island of Hawaii. What is the name of this volcano? Oh, we stumped you on Mauna Loa. It's 4,840 square yards and 160 square rods. Eli?
Acre.
An acre is correct, and that gets Hanover on the board for 10 points. You would wear brogans and sabos on your feet. Where might you wear a shako, a wimple, or a fedora? Jared?
Head.
On your head, because they're all heads, yes. Here rests an honored glory, an American soldier known but to God. Where are these, Eli?
Tomb of the Unknown Soldier.
That's where they are located. Good for you for 10 more points. What flower completes this stanza from a popular poem by William Wordsworth? I wandered lonely as a child that floats on high over vales and hills. When all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden... Eli?
Daffodils.
Correct. Good for you for 10 more points. Benzene, toluene, creosote, and pitch are produced by the distillation of a naturally occurring fuel. What is the product of prehistoric plants? Eli again.
Oil.
Not oil, no, sorry. Bishop McDevitt. Kelly.
Petroleum?
No, sorry, great guesses on your part. It's coal is the correct answer. We must all hang together, or assuredly, we shall all hang separately. What instigator of the American Revolution made this witty and chilling remark?
Thomas Paine.
Not he, no, sorry. Bishop McDevitt. Maria.
Patrick Henry?
No, I'm sorry, it's Benjamin Franklin. The city is divided into 20 districts or arrondissements. The 5th contained the Latin Quarter. What is this European capital? Kelly?
Paris?
Paris is correct, and that gets Bishop McDevitt on the board for 10 points. And now it's time for the big brain buster brought to you by Turkey Hill. For 10 points and a gift certificate for Turkey Hill ice cream for everyone on the team. The Statue of Liberty holds a tablet in her hand engraved with the date of July 4th, 1776 in Roman numerals. What year is chiseled into Plymouth Rock? Jared?
1620.
Good for you. You are correct. Congratulations, Hanover. On the trail is part of Fairday Grove Suite, saluting an American scenic landmark. What is this natural wonder in Arizona? Eli?
Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon's correct. It's the set that contains all the elements of the domain under consideration. What is such a set called? Eli again.
Superset.
Not a superset, no, sorry. Any idea, Bishop McDevitt? This is a stumper. It's called the Universal Set. Some are over 1,000 meters deep and thousands of kilometers long. The most spectacular ones are in Norway. What are these long, narrow arms of the ocean called? Jared?
Fjords.
They're called fjords, yes. From 1714 to 1830, the kings of England had only one name. What name was it? Eli?
Edward.
Not Edward, no. Bishop McDevitt. Maria?
George?
George is correct. Good for you for 10 points. In his 1705 synopsis of comet astronomy, he wrote, I may venture to foretell that this comet, seen in 1682, will return again in 1758. He was right, it did.
Mark Twain.
No, sorry. Who was this English astronomer and namesake of a notable comet? Kelly?
Haley?
That's correct. Good for you for another 10 points. Earl Warren, Warren Burger, William Rehnquist. Who is next in this series of Chief Justices of the Supreme Court? Well, we stumped you on John Roberts. He's the current Supreme Court Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. It begins. Buck did not read the newspapers. Oh, we won't get to that question or any more questions because that sound takes us to the end of our first round. Gives everyone a chance to relax for a bit. And I know we're going to start speeding up the questions in just a little bit because we have the one-on-one rapid fire and team lightning rounds coming up after this brief break.
WGAL 8 Brainbusters will return after this. Participants on WGAL 8 Brainbusters each receive a portable power bank for mobile devices, and the top 4 winning teams will share grants totaling $10,000. So good luck, teams. Now, here's Rich with our coaches and alternates.
Today, we have the luxury and privilege of working with 2 very experienced coaches. I've known them for many years, and they've been coaching teams for many years. First, let me introduce you to Mr. Kevin Wyrick, physics teacher from Hanover. Great to have you here, Mr. Wyrick. Once again, thanks for bringing such a competitive team. So let's take advantage of this moment and find out a little bit about you, about these coaches. Now, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but let's see, you're teaching, you're busy, you're not retired yet, but if you had the chance to go on a trip of a lifetime, where might that be?
Oddly enough, it would be across the country, but the whole purpose of going around to every 50 state would be to play disc golf. I would love to disc golf in every single state. That would be awesome.
Okay, so I've gone to parks and I see people doing disc golf. Do you have a bag of Frisbees with you?
Lots of them, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I carry one in the car all the time.
Now, do they really make a difference? Does a different Frisbee make a difference?
Yes, yeah, they do, absolutely, yeah. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I really do have to try it once. All right, well, thanks for
great,
enlightening us. All right, let's head over to Bishop McDevitt and meet today's coach. This is Mr. Nate Delp. I've known you, obviously, for many years. English literature teacher at Bishop McDevitt. Great to have you here. All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Is it possible you could tell us something about you that may surprise your students?
Well, you know, Rich, a lot of students don't realize that teachers have lives too. My wife and I are really into professional darts. And every December to January 1st or so is the World Darts Championship in London. And we actually went last year to London and attended several matches.
You just sit there and watch people throw darts?
Oh, we don't just sit there. It gets rowdy. Yeah.
Do you have a dart board at home?
Oh, yeah. An amazing setup. Yeah, friends come over and play all the time. We really have a lot of fun with it. And the best part about it is anyone can play. The kids can play, the wife can play, and it's a good time.
So I guess it really is a skill, and it's in the wrist?
Yeah, similar to like a golf swing. Same thing every time. Boom.
Thank you very much. Something else about Mr. Nate Patel. All right, well, now let's find out about our players because here comes today's one-on-one rapid fire round where it gets a chance for us to chat with our players and find out what's going on in their busy lives. So first, Annie Smith, 17-year-old, a senior at Hanover, and it's great to have you here. Now, we've all been reluctant to try certain foods. I mean, I'm sure when you're growing up, no, I don't like it just because of the way it sounds. But there's a food that you tried reluctantly, and now it's one of your favorite culinary choices.
Absolutely. Brussels sprouts, the smell is definitely a deterrent, but once I tried them, they became a staple in my household. So.
Do you make them, or do you find
No, my mom makes them, and I love them. So.
Garlic parmesan, balsamic, I know them well, I love them.
Exactly.
Thanks very much for sharing. And now, from Bishop McDevitt, it's a pleasure to welcome for the first time Kelly Mosier. You're a junior. Nice to have you here. And everybody's good at something, and I know we're all proud of something that we do. Putting humility aside, what's something you can share that you're really good at?
I prefer to think that I'm very good at playing the flute.
And have you been playing a long time?
I've been playing since 4th grade.
Wow, so does that mean that the district orchestras have been taking advantage of your skills?
Yes, I would say so. I haven't gone to district band, but I have done county band.
Oh, excellent. So the school does. I mean, the school district Hanover, so you've been playing all along.
Yes.
And oh, good, fantastic. All right, well, play with us, Kelly and Annie, as we put you two one-on-one. If realism is what we see, and expressionism is what we feel, what artistic style of Salvador Dali and Juan Miró tries to represent what we dream? Kelly?
Impressionism?
Not Impressionism, no, but that's a great guess. Annie, any idea? We stumped you on surrealism. The formula for finding the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. What is the formula for finding the area of a parallelogram? Annie.
Base times height.
It is base times height, yes. It's like 2 triangles in every parallelogram. 60 to 30 is, or I'm sorry, and we go on to the next question. Finally, in Georgia, it's the city where the Masters Tournament of Golf is held every year. In Maine, it's the capital. What name do they share? Kelly.
Augusta.
Augusta is correct. Good for you for another 10 points. And now let's move on and meet our 2 captains. So first from Hanover, it's a pleasure to welcome back, and you've been here before, Eli Swope. You did very well in that first round of play. You're a senior. It's nice to have you here. And while Annie tried reluctantly some food, you tried an activity reluctantly, and now it's part of your life.
Yeah, I tried choir for my whole elementary career. And then in 5th grade, I decided to quit choir and set my ambitions elsewhere. Came back in 6th grade. It got the better of me. My amazing music teacher at the time, Mrs. Deb Smith, was a great inspiration. And last year, I made it all the way to regional choir for a county for Region 5 and was 1 point off of making all states.
That's really impressive. And I hope you'll continue with singing, because singing is a great skill, to keep on. And continue with, now we're going to meet our captain from Bishop McDevitt. It's a pleasure to welcome Maria Garcia for the first time. You're a senior. Thanks for being here. Now, I look at the 3, and by the way, I just want to comment, you're our first all-ladies team here, so we appreciate you coming to Studio A. So I see that all 3 of you are wearing the Bishop McDevitt uniform, and that's required attire at school every day. So if you didn't have a dress code, Maria, what would you wear?
Well, while we may look very comfortable right now, I would be much more comfortable in sweats every day.
Do you ever have like a non-uniform day? Do they ever offer that?
Yeah, we have some every so often. Usually we have to wear school colors or follow some kind of theme, but we can make the sweats fit, so it's all good.
All right. Wow. All right. Well, good. Well, thanks for wearing the uniforms, because that really shows off really nicely for your school. Maria and Eli, let's put you 2 one-on-one. Peter Handke, Günter Grass, and Hermann Hesse. If you wanted to read these 20th century writers in their native language, what language would you need to know? Eli?
German.
German. Yes, you are correct. An abbreviated title can tell a lot about a person. An MD practices medicine. A CPA is an accountant. What does an individual with a DVM usually do? Well, if you have any pets, you go to a doctor of veterinary medicine. And finally, he played Jack Sparrow's father in the 3rd Pirates of the Caribbean movie. He plays lead guitar for the Rolling Stones. Who is this 80-year-old rock and roller? Oh, we stumped you on Keith Richards. 90 to 40. Now let's meet our final 2 players in today's competition. So first from Hanover, it's a pleasure to welcome for the first time Jared Solizano. And you're a senior at Hanover, and it's great to have you here. And obviously you're on this team, and we always have found that readers do the best and accomplish the most here on Brainbusters. And you're quite the reader, obviously, and you have a favorite book.
Yes, it is The Motorcycle Diaries by Ernesto Che Guevara.
And why? What does it help you understand, or why did you grasp onto that book so much?
It reveals the brutal exploitation of especially Central and Latin America under 20th century imperial rule from more developed countries, and it kind of mirrors the sort of events and modern day exploitation we see in other disadvantaged nations.
Fantastic. I like that you're reading this, and maybe you can help make a difference. Felicity Astfalk. Great to have you here. You're a freshman, first time here. Thank you so much for being here at Studio A. And, even in young lives, we all look for little victories. And you recently had a terrific victory in August. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so in August, I entered the Dauphin County 4-H Fair, and I crocheted a cape, and then I had to take a test about things in 4-H, and I won Clover Award champion for 4-H opportunities.
Fantastic. A unique award and very interesting. Thanks for sharing. Felicity and Jared, I have 3 unique but interesting questions as we put you 2 one-on-one. FDR is on the front of the dime. What's on the back? Jared?
Lincoln Memorial.
Oh no, that's incorrect. Sorry. Felicity, any idea? Will you buzz in? Felicity.
The torch?
It is a torch. Yes, indeed, for 10 points. Many women are important in American history. A former slave, she led more than 300 slaves to freedom. Jared?
Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman is the correct answer. And finally, a number of important U.S. cities were built on major rivers. What river runs through Washington, D.C.? Jared?
Potomac.
The Potomac is correct. Good for you. A strong lead right now for Hanover as we pick up the pace and play today's 60-second Team Lightning Round. Maria, your team is behind at this point, but you can make up ground very quickly with one of these 3 quizzes. Mo, 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 Monopoly Here and Now, and Potpourri for $1 million.
The potpourri for $1 million.
We can't offer you $1 million like some other game shows, but you'll earn 10 points each for your final answer to each of these questions. Maria, I take your answer as the team's answer. Kelly and Felicity are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. So good luck to all 3 of you, and here we go. What is the lightest chemical element?
Hydrogen.
Correct. Who wrote The Old Man and the Sea? Hemingway. In what month does the World Series begin?
March.
October. In what country is the headquarters of Volkswagen?
Germany.
That's correct. What composer is the subject of the movie Amadeus?
Mozart.
He's the one. Which university was founded by Thomas Jefferson? Virginia. No Time to Die is the most recent movie in the adventures of?
James Bond.
James Bond. Which planet shares its name with a kind of thermometer?
Mercury.
Mercury does. Who is the oldest son of England's King Charles?
Henry.
Prince William. What word describes a poker hand with 5 hearts?
Flush.
Flush is correct. What color is the hat worn by the Roman Catholic cardinal?
Red.
Red is correct. According to the book of Genesis, what tower was built to reach heaven? And that was the Tower of Babel. 7 correct. 70 points came your way. Is this a break for you, Hanover? Well, we're going to find out shortly with Mo, Mo, Mo and Monopoly Here and Now.
We'll take Monopoly Here and Now.
The new Here and Now version of the board game Monopoly features properties from 22 U.S. states. For 10 points each, identify these cities and sites. Eli, I take your answer as the team's answer. Annie and Jared are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck, and here we go. The most expensive property is Times Square in this city.
New York.
Correct. The Liberty Bell is in this Pennsylvania city.
Philadelphia.
That's correct. The house in Washington, D.C. at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
White House.
White House, yes. The area of Los Angeles is home of the U.S. movie business.
Hollywood.
That's correct. In this Tennessee city, you can visit the Grand Ole Opry.
Nashville.
Nashville. What used to be Park Place is now Fenway Park in this city.
Boston.
Boston, yes. This famous beach near Honolulu can be yours for a mere $2,200,000.
Waikiki.
Waikiki. The French Quarter is the oldest neighborhood in this southern city.
New Orleans.
New Orleans. You can buy this bridge that crosses the opening into San Francisco Bay.
Golden Gate.
Golden Gate. After you win this game, you might want to go to this theme park in Orlando, Florida.
Universal.
Disney World. St. Louis, Missouri is represented by this huge steel canetary curve.
Arch.
It's the Gateway Arch, sorry. Take a drive down Rodeo Drive in this posh California city.
Beverly Hills.
Correct. Chicago was represented by the home of the Chicago Cubs, and that was Wrigley Field. So 10 correct, 100 points came your way. 210 to 120. It's now time to reveal today's bonus Brainbuster category. Now, during our break, our teams will wager 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of short stories. Well, we'll have the bonus Brainbuster and the all-important Final Frenzy when WGAL 8 Brainbusters continues in a matter of minutes.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL 8 Brainbusters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Go to WGAL.com and click on Brainbusters.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Studio A with Hanover and Bishop McDevitt. All right, Hanover does have a lead right now, but we still have two very important games to play, including right now the bonus Brainbuster. During our break, our teams wagered 0 to 25 points based on their knowledge of short stories. Let's head into the News 8 newsroom with TJ Springer. TJ, welcome to Brainbusters.
Thanks, Rich. And now it's time for your bonus Brainbuster question. The short story begins. True, nervous. Very, very dreadfully nervous. I had been and am. What is this Edgar Allan Poe classic? Again, this short story begins. True, nervous. Very, very dreadfully nervous. I had been and am. What is this Edgar Allan Poe classic? Good luck with your answer, and now back to Studio A. Rich?
Thanks, TJ. Good luck, teams. We'll give you about 5 seconds. Okay, time's up. We're going to wait till everybody finishes. I see smiles on the Bishop McDevitt team. I'm not sure about Hanover, so let's reveal what we have. Eli, what did you come up with? The Raven. No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect, but you had a strategic wager of only 10 points, so we're going to deduct 10 points from your score. Maria, you were excited to write down the answer. Do you know this classic short story? Did you come up with The Telltale Heart? Good for you, but only a 5-point wager. Reluctant, not necessarily the best strategy, but let's see if that still works in your favor. 200 to 125. Let's see as we head into the final frenzy who will return for round 2. Good luck to all 6 of you. Here we go. In 1869, the French imperial yacht Eagle was one of the first to pass through it. What is this man-made waterway connecting the Mediterranean Sea to the Indian Ocean via the Red Sea? Eli?
The Suez Canal.
Correct for 20 points. Athens had its agora. What similar center of civic life was the heart of Rome?
The Colosseum?
Not the Colosseum, no, sorry. And, Felicity?
The Roman Forum.
You are correct for 20 points. Because she so frequently used the same meter, most of her poems can be sung to the tune of the Yellow Rose of Texas. Who was this lyrical lyricist from Amherst, Massachusetts? Annie.
Emily Dickinson.
She's the one. Paris will host the 2024 Summer Olympic Games. This U.S. city will host the Summer Olympic Games in 2028. Eli?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, yes. In woody plants, it's the layer of cells between the bark and the wood of a stem. It's what causes the stem to thicken. What is it called, Felicity?
Pectin.
No, sorry, that's incorrect. Eli?
Lignin.
No, it's cambium. Adolf Hitler was der Führer, the leader. Which of Hitler's contemporaries was El Caudillo, which also means the leader? Eli?
Himmler.
Not he, no. Any idea? It was Francisco Franco was El Caudillo. Australia is divided into 6 states and 2 territories. In which of them is the city of Sydney located, Jared?
New South Wales.
Correct for 20 points. He was defeated by Whig taunts of Van is a used up man. What incumbent president lost the election of 1840? Maria?
Martin Van Buren.
He's the one. It wasn't named for the country that first settled the area, but for the engineer who designed it. What tunnel first connected New York with New Jersey in 1927, Eli?
Lincoln Tunnel.
Not the Lincoln, no, sorry. Any idea, Bishop McDevitt? We stumped you on the Holland Tunnel. They were the most popular luxury item in the 17th century Netherlands. Calvinist preachers denounced them as tempters of devilish vanity. What were they? Kelly?
Hats.
Not hats, no. Sorry. Hanover, we stumped you on mirrors. In 1803, Thomas Bruce went to Athens and had sculptures removed from the Parthenon and sent back to England. What are these still controversial treasures in the British Museum? If you go there, you're going to see the Elgin Marbles. He was expelled from this. Ooh, and that now takes to the end of the round and to the end of the game. It looks like we are going to see Hanover for round 2, but we hope to see you in just a moment or two.
Scorekeeping for WGAL 8 Brainbusters, presented by Jennings College Consulting, where students discover the right college fit for the future. We'll return after this. Welcome back to WGAL 8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, congratulations, Hanover. They did a super job, and they are going to return for round 2. Of course, we say goodbye to Bishop McDevitt, and we thank you so much for competing with us today. Well, coming up on the next WGAL 8 Brainbusters, we are welcoming back our winning teams. So our first group is Hershey and Southwestern, and both of these teams performed brilliantly in their first round of play. Let's see what happens when they face each other. Thanks for spending part of your day with us, and we hope to see you next time on WGAL 8 Brainbusters. So long.